Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be covering what you see on your screen right now. Why did Microvision skyrocket? To keep it very basic with you, this was caused by the earnings call. This happens pretty often with this stock. Whenever earnings come around, you see a little run up before the actual earnings call, and then during the earnings call, as long as things go well, you're going to see an additional run up. So today I'm going to be sort of replicating a video that you guys seem to like a lot in the past. I'm going to be going over the earnings call, sort of showing you some of my highlights or some of the things that I think are the most important to know. Before we get into the video though, if you're new around here and you don't know about Microvision stock, I would encourage you to click on the video in the top right corner of your screen right now, as I did a video explaining a little bit about the company itself. But other than that, let's get right into it. So first off, if you know anything about Microvision, you know that all of us, the owners, are waiting for that buyout. Unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, that has not been announced. But Sumit Sharma did talk about creating long-term value for his shareholders. He said that they are purposely driving towards an inflection point where cash flow from these investments, aka things like their through the market offering, will lead to significantly greater value creation. Once again, this is referring to greater value creation for the shareholders. Now, while this might not be what you wanted to hear, you probably wanted to hear him announce a company sale. I do like to hear that his goal is to create that long-term value, and that he believes that the longer that they hold on to the company and continue to do the research and development and just develop the company further, that's actually going to end up being a better choice for the shareholders because they'll be bought out for a higher number in the long term. The next thing that I thought was important was that Sumit Sharma mentioned RFIs, or request for information. Now, these requests are going to be coming in from the companies that are considering buying a specific vertical within the company. He said that they've been able to share their data from their outdoor testing facilities, and they've seen around 200 meters of high-resolution LiDAR. Just shortly after that, he stated that through this, they're able to highlight the advantages of their software to these potential partners, and that has been helping them to build bridges to these potential partners. Once again, hinting that they have multiple different potential partners, and that sale is still in place. The next thing that I found in the transcript, and something I think was very important from this quarter's earnings, was the fact that they're looking at international development. He said, with the interest we have received so far, we expect to continue expanding our funnel for target partnerships with the addition of a business development team in Germany. He also said that there could be business development teams in North America as well as the Asia Pacific region. Now, why is this important? Once again, it helps to expand their funnel for partnerships. Perhaps a company like BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, some of those German companies could now start looking into Microvision as a potential acquisition. The next thing from the report is something that has to do with the announcement of a product. They said, in the market today, our technology can be found in Microsoft's HoloLens 2. He also said, in the past, we have worked with other global brands to incorporate our technology into their products as well. Now, why is this important? Well, if you've been doing your research into Microvision, you would have known that when someone took apart the HoloLens 2, they found Microvision's chip in it. Now, this had not been an officially announced partnership due to an NDA or a non-disclosure agreement. But, as one of their executives would go on to explain later in this transcript, their legal team had determined that they were able to disclose this information at this time. The fact that they mentioned that they've also worked with other global brands means that there are likely other NDAs that make it so that they're not allowed to announce their partnerships. To go along with this, it's also just sort of a flex of sorts to show other companies that they're already having partnerships with a company as big as Microsoft. A couple of things about actually running the business itself. They said that their headcount for employees was all the way up to 74 versus 57 at the end of March. This is a good sign because it means they're still working on the research and development, and they said that a lot of these employees were engineers and developers. Another thing that they discussed was their ever-present concern for cash flow. Back towards the end of June, they had an ATM, or an at-the-market stock offering, in order to provide the company cash to work. They said that through this ATM, they were able to give confidence to both their customers and partners, but also the employees and potential employees that Microvision will be able to continue to be a strong long-term company. Some of you may be wondering why they need to raise more money if they're just trying to sell the company and not actually run the business. Well, it's important because if they're starting to run out of cash, that shows a sort of weakness to a potential acquisition candidate. Therefore, the bidding price on the company may be a little bit lower. So if you're in it for the long haul, although these ATMs lower the price temporarily, that could be a great buying opportunity, as in the end, it could provide a larger bid on the final company's sale. Well, that's it for my highlights of the actual earnings call transcript, but let's get into how the market reacted to it. First off, this is a Reddit stock. Whether you like it or not, Reddit sort of took a hold of it, and I think it's been fairly beneficial to the stock, especially in the short term. This week, Microvision comes in at number 5 on the top 10 for the most mentioned US stocks on Wall Street Bets. The reaction in terms of the actual stock price was also very positive. They were up 21% overnight, and since the earnings call transcript came up, we're up around 27%. Let me know in the comments section down below anything that I left out or anything that you thought about the earnings call transcript. If you did go on to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like down below, subscribe so you don't miss any more videos like this one, but other than that, I'll see you in the next one.